Hey, good morning. It's about 7:50 Central Standard Time on Thursday, the 7th of November, 2024. Let me just put it back in a ponytail. Yeah, lots of stuff has been happening, going on, and I just want to get through as much as possible. I only have a little bit of time this morning, and so please remember that I am a clairvoyant, clairaudient, so these are my opinions, the instincts that are given to me from the universe. So please do your own research and form your own opinions. And there's everything's listed in the disclaimer box. If you want to buy me a coffee, join the channel. Um, uh, Contact me for a private reading. So let me just go through what I've got, and it's just crazy. I mean, you look at the news, and it's basically the world flipping out because Donald won the U.S. election. He 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 aced the job interview on Tuesday. So yeah, many of us, we were making jokes about fireworks on Guy Fawkes night. Well, there were a lot of fireworks, and some were because people were having meltdowns, their own personal nuclear meltdown, and others were like ex- shooting off skyrockets because wonderful things were happening. One thing that people are commenting all over the place about is that it took Cami Poop well over 12 hours to publicly admit defeat. And even then, she was a little snarky ass when she did it. And in a little bit of time, we're going to have JoJo going on and making his speech. Well, so yeah, let's see what he has to say. Now, if you want to have some good laughs, go over to Elon's platform, and Alex Jones has been making compilation videos of all the lefty meltdowns. And these people, it's just hilarious how they're all going batshit crazy because Donald scored. And they're all having fits about it. I mean, even yesterday, there was like an anti-Donald rally in front of his building here in Chicago. Hey, look at the pictures. Who had the money to get those banners made so quickly overnight? And they must have had all these people on standby to show up. Who's paying for all this crap? Okay? I mean, we've got a lot of things happening, and they're they're either going batshit crazy, or everyone's staying super quiet. Now, yesterday I had to go take care of some things, and while I was waiting for the bus, and on the bus I met this really nice guy. We were laughing about some things, and some of you, I did send the picture that someone else had sent me about Donald carrying the two garbage bags, with one having JoJo's face and the other one having Cami Poop's face. And this young man, I'd say he's in his 20s, and we were talking about things, and I asked him, "Did you vote?" And he's like, "Yeah," but I'm like, he was raised a hardcore Democrat, but he voted common sense, which means he voted for Donald. And we were talking about all the stuff that the current admin is doing to American citizens. And we chatted about some stuff, and yeah, he found me on YouTube real fast, and he has joined the channel, and I want to say thank you to him. And like I said, I know a few things about the area and how to work with different community groups and which community groups are pro-Hamas. So, yeah, I'm expecting an email from him, so it's like I can help him out with a few things, but I want to say thank you. And he's like, the one thing he told me is that he's a new dad and he's worried about his child. And he's keeping his fingers crossed that Donald will clean up the education system so he won't have to worry about his parental rights being taken away by some left-wing school district. That's the thought process, the common sense thought process of young parents today. And he asked me, he goes, what party do you affiliate with? And I'm saying, I'm an independent thinker. And the current Republican Party now isn't a traditional Republican Party. It's more like we're the 1770s Patriot Party. That's what has come out in 2024. We're the 1770s Patriots. That's what we're doing. Now, it's because a lot of people, no matter who they traditionally affiliate with, the rise of common sense, that's how Donald won. Common sense took charge. And people are waking up, which is a good thing. Now, one of my favorite channels that I enjoy listening to, the Caspian Report. They put up a video today talking about how allegedly Russia could take out the entire internet via underwater cables. Think about it, watch the video, and you're going to notice that a lot of the things that they showed are in the areas where the Big Red Sea is playing war games at. And they're sending out lots of the Big Red Sea's Navy has been hanging out in the areas where a lot of these underwater cables are at. Yeah, if you start taking out the underwater cables for communication, yeah, you're going to have the EU, NATO completely fall apart. And by destroying the social media infrastructure, you're going to basically take out the socialist left-wing governments that are running Europe right now. Yeah, the guy used Russia as the possible culprit, but I'm getting it's the Big Red Sea. Or if Russia does take it out, it's to end the communication abilities between the Big Red Sea and the other left-wing governments. And the socialist chatter. And be able to communicate of all the sleazoids that are invading Western Europe and the United States. Yeah. And now we've got all these, let's put it this way, the Western world outside of the U.S., everybody's in shock, panic. I mean, we've got Iran shitting bricks right now, and they've been really quiet. Germany's economic structure government is in collapse mode. And now they're even realizing Keir Starmer, idiot PM of the UK, he's like also shitting bricks. He's clueless because he doesn't know how to work with somebody who's smarter than him. Donald is a graduate of the Wharton Business School. And Keir Starmer is like, or else has his finger up his ass, because he doesn't know how to deal with someone who is got brain cells Charles is like, oh shit, Maynard, what am I going to do next? But Donald being elected is the start of Keir Starmer's downfall. And either Charles will have to disband all Australia, Canada, and the UK's parliament and have new general elections, or you might start seeing Starmer, what is it, Albanese down in Australia, Trudeau in Canada, all of those guys may be resigning really soon because they know Donald has the dirt on them. Even the Z guy is flipping out because you know what? He knows he's not going to get any more money from the USA. His little puppet kingdom, the Ukraine, Z guy's little world is going to collapse. And the Ukraine will capitulate and give back those territories back to Russia. Yeah, it's going to happen. Now, we've seen, keep your eyes on what's happening on Wall Street. The stock market is absolutely going batshit crazy. And everything that's happening is the foreign investors are like, oh shit, what are we going to do now? I mean, the NASDAQ's batshit crazy. Basically, our U.S. Wall Street. The Asian stock market is going, like, is being reactive. People are pulling out of foreign investments and buying into U.S. companies. And if you notice, it's like, okay, in the past week, gas prices have dropped about 75 cents to a complete dollar. And now people are finding gasoline for under $3 a gallon. Just watch. We're going to see the U.S. gas and oil industry is going to reopen really fast because they know Donald's going to back them up. And once we have our energy reserves starting to rebuild, you're going to see a lot of prices drop. Big time. And by reopening our gas and oil fields, our economy will start to rebuild because transportation costs are going to drop. And we're going to have a lot of people back to work. And this is scaring the Big Red Sea. Because Donald has also said anything made outside of the USA is going to have a big-ass tariff dumped on it. Which means that blue box store, they're panicking because they have forced, over the years, they forced their suppliers to build factories in the Big Red Sea. And with Donald in and the tariffs, think how many people are bombarded with stuff, adverts, notifications on their cell phone. Oh, you got to start using these phone apps, these shopping apps where it's a crap garbage coming out of the Big Red Sea made by slave labor. And that have been working around customs duties by sending stuff like limited dollar amount. Well, Donald's going to start slapping big fines on all these idiots, which means everyone who's been shopping and having stuff delivered, those slave labor factories are going to, nobody's buying the shit. And with Donald back in, we're going to have, right now, he's starting the collapse of the Big Red Sea's economy and government. And people are worried about computer parts. But what a lot of people have forgotten is that over in Asia, we've got a lot of territories. I mean, there's Guam, there's American Samoa, Taiwan, and the US, the good people have been tight like this. Yeah, Taiwan are the good Chinese, the ones, the free Chinese. And yeah, there's a lot of computer stuff made on that island. But because the good Chinese have always been loyal to Donald, he may just suggest and say, hey, why don't you move your factory over to American Samoa or in one of our other island territories in the Pacific? Because then technically it'll be made on American soil. Yeah. Watch our island territories in the Pacific to become manufacturing centers. Some places that stuff that's you're going to see a lot of companies now cross over and be part of relocate and make sure that an American is the majority stockholder for their factories here in the US. This is what's going to be coming up soon. And don't laugh, but there's going to be a big roundup of the invading army guys that have come here illegally. And one of the things I mentioned when I was talking to this young man yesterday, yeah, the wetbacks, round them up and ship them back. He goes, isn't that just a term for Mexicans? I'm like, no. Texans use that term for anyone who comes into the United States illegally via the Rio Grande. You're wading through a river. Your back is going to get wet, so you're a wetback. You can be from Venezuela. You could be from Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Afghanistan, Iran. Yeah. We're getting a lot of North African Muslims sneaking through. We're getting a lot of stupid Haitians being dropped off on our American beaches. Donald's going to lock down our border, thankfully. He's going to kick out all these assholes, send them back to their country of origin, which will be ironic because you know what? I bet he's going to start chartering out all the big jets on the major American airlines like American and United and all the other international carriers. Fill up the jets, pack those jets up with these stupid idiots. And yeah, they're going to have a lot of air marshals on them to deliver them back to Caracas. Drop them off in Istanbul, which is the gateway to Asia, Western Asia, where all these people, other assholes have come from. Drop them off in one of the cities in North Africa. This is what we're going to see. And people like Cami Poop, yeah, she's in hiding right now. We'll be waiting to see what JoJo says. And let's start calling out all these celebrities. Ask them where they're moving to. Start asking them for their forwarding address. And if they don't bug out by the end of the year, just boycott all of their shit. Gee, Beyonce? No more record sales? Da Boss? Empty concert halls? Yeah. All the Blue Jews? Hey, if you don't wake up and smell the fresh pot of coffee, It's going to be interesting. I have made a lot of snarky comments on different social media calling them out. And some people are like, oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. All you blue Jews out there that are in mourning because Donald got chosen. Yeah. As my grandfather would say, you're headed towards the boxcars. If that's what you want, this is the kind of world you want, why don't you pack up and move to Iran? That's what you voted for. Well, I'm keeping this short for right now because I got to get this up. It's a little bit after 8 o'clock, and I've got to be out of the house in a little bit of time. So, everyone have a good day. I'm going to have something up for you tomorrow morning. And don't give yourself too bad of a hangover from all the celebrating. So, everyone have a great day. Thanks. Bye.